Welcome all wonderful sadhakas, jignasus, shishyas of the Guru Parambara, Bhagavad Bhaktas, Shrotas, and Mumukshus. As we saw yesterday in our Kaupina Panchakam, every word, every line so important. Same was the case with what Sri Rama Bhagavan was teaching to us through Lakshmana in that Rama Gita. Out of so many things, two words we can remember as an introduction for our today's starting to do our spirituality. The two things from this Kaupina Panchakam are one, Vedanta Vakyeshu Sada Ramantaha. Every word is important there. Veda, we know scriptures. Vedanta is Upanishads. Vedanta Vakya is basically the Mahavakyas, where Brahmatmaikya Bodha is tried to be established. In those Vedanta Vakyas, we should do the Ramana. Ramana is by choice, reveling, and while reveling, enjoying, to come out with the clear understanding as well as experience. When we should do that, Sada is the word. Therefore, this should be kept as our state of being to be reached through all our struggles of Shravana of the Upanishads or Upasanas, whatever we do, what we have to reach to is this stage. So, 24 hours of the day, let us say, in those 24 hours, Sada, we have to be reaching to that level of Vedanta Vakya Ramanam. So, good for us at this moment to clearly understand it that if you see our own minds, we don't even remember Veda, Vedanta, Vedanta Vakya. Forget about reveling in them. First, through the word meaning. Second, through the contemplation. Third, the deep meditation. Then fourth, what is said in the Vedanta Mahavakya is experienced by us as our own selves. So, this first line of that Kaumina Panchakam, which we have taken today as a quotation or discussion, gives therefore what our effort should be guided towards. Now, today, if we are not able to do, the reasons are we don't know Vedanta Mahavakyas. Therefore, listen. Even though we listen, we are not remembering them or understanding means what? We are not doing little of homework. Therefore, let us do that homework. We are not able to do because there's no time. Therefore, you have to somehow find the time. We are not able to do because of the chanchalata of the mana, then make it nischala. We are not able to do because of too much of worldly duties or obligations. See to it that you manage them. We are not able to do because of what I say, the intellect is not able to focus. Then give such trainings to intellect by which it becomes concentrated, subtle enough to really do the Ramana and the Vedanta Vakyas. Now, all these, one, we should long for. Second, we should try for. Third is what? We should pray for. And once we get specific understanding that these are the things where I need adjustment so that what is said in the first line, I am able to do. Vedanta Vakyeshu Sadaramantaha. Such Kaupinavan is Mahabhagyavan. When I know it, then I must try for it. In the initial days, I can't do even a percent. Then in initial days, the only thing is what? The pray for these things to the divine. Oh Lord, गलती समझ में आ गई मुझे. By my own mistakes, I was managing or mismanaging my faculties in such a manner that they are not at all useful for the spiritual pursuit. Rather, they are totally spoiled to take me away from spirituality. Now I want to come onto the right track direction. I am trying right now. In the beginning, I can't. Like the first day when you go to driving, learning is not that हमको ही बिठा देते हैं शुरू में. No, first he has to drive. Even if he says you learn, you sit, हम कहना पड़ता है हमको, नहीं नहीं माँ आप पहले ड्राइव करके एक एक चीज करते हुए दिखाओ. Because we don't know anything. So too, we are totally into the every sort of addictions or weaknesses with our faculties in doing those things which are contradictory to our spirituality. वेदांत वाक्य रमण के लिए पूरा ऑपोजिट अपना अंतःकरण यह सब कुछ है. So we pray to God. Then one by one things, Lord, if our prayers are true and genuine, starts giving. Then encashing them, we have to put our efforts. And this is done to such a level of balance that we are praying, He is supplying, we are using. And we are praying to Him, He is supplying those conveniences to us, those guidances to us, and then we are following them, we are using them, and then the Vedanta Ramanam is going on. इसका इतना आदत होता है कि we don't even wait for His grace. We know the grace is fully there and we know what we have to do, and then we are doing that Vedanta Vakya Ramana. Like after a month of the driving, see how Jakar, before the trainer, he goes and sits in the steering place, the trainee. Then he opens the door, "Aap aaiye baithe." Then he only drives. Then last few mistakes were in seeing the rear mirror or the other things, or dashboard checking, in the speed, etc., following finer tunings, whatever required, the trainer gives him. In the same way, the subtly invoked God and Guru from within, finer tuning may they will guide us, which is very later. But right now, no, we must know what to do. Vedanta Vakyeshu Sadaramanta. But is our inner atmosphere conducive for it? No. What is the way it is in? Not even the literal meaning of the sentence is known. Again, nothing known, like go to Badrinath Darshanam. Not even the willing to know to go to Badri is there. Forget about knowing the glory of that place, then knowing the path and means and all, then doing the due bookings and preparations. Then on the day of movement, starting from home. In the same way, वेदांत वाक्य में रमण करना है, यही महाभाग्य है. तो यहाँ से शुरू करके हमको, as we said just now, everything inside has to be adjusted. Most of the thing is adjustment of our own inner faculties by adjusting our outer vyavahara, making all of that tuned to this Ramanam of Vedanta Vakya. As we said now, time needed, somehow conserve it. Energy needed, somehow conserve from other sources and use. Concentration, develop. Subtlety, develop. Consistency, make a habit of it. Prayer for all these things, continuously do. Don't wait that the prayers will themselves do something. No. The very moment prayer done, we are already blessed. By Bhagavan saying that, tu pray kiya na, abhi shuru kar. Contemplating on the Vedanta Vakya. These are all things. Second is again in the third sloka. In the third line we have seen. What is that? Aharnisham Brahmaniye Ramanta. Same. Vedanta Vakya Ramana should give us intellectual understanding. That intellectual understanding of Brahman, to realize it, going into the deep contemplative meditative stage of Vedareka and Anvaya sadhana, in that also doing Ramanam more and more in Brahmavastu. All the time. Time should be fully consumed only in the Brahmavastus. Little of Tatastha Lakshana Dhyanam. Tatastha Lakshana Dhyanam Brahman is in contrast with everything else, the Brahma Lakshanas which are told, or Tatastha Lakshana. Okay, then directly Swarupa Lakshana are Satyam Jnanam Anantam. So in that Satya Jnana Ananta Swarupa, I am that. In that way, finding delight in doing that also. In that only when we are, then that is the truth, that is reality, that gets revealed. Then all we which we thought as real other than him, the entire Srishti, in which we were so choicefully involving as if there's nothing other than it, we slowly withdraw. The delusion aspect goes away at that time. Now with full delusion 100% for us, the life means anything and everything other than Brahman. That's what we all behave. But with these exercises and practices, we come to know they're all empty, they're all delusory. The real thing is here only, isn't it? It's only, be attentive, the habitual pleasure that we get in the worldliness. If we truly inquire, more than the happiness it gives misery, bondage, and slavery, same time, it is holding us back from pursuing the Vedanta Vakyeshu Sadharamantaha or Aharnisham Brahmaniye Ramantaha. We have to be very conscious about it. So, for all these things to happen, only our daily classes, our upasanas to the Guru Parampara, Devata, Ityadi. And it is a lengthy process, time consuming one, just like that tunnel, रेस्क्यू करने के लिए उनको रोशनी आती है, फिर से वो मुश्किल होता है. अगेन दे ट्राई समथिंग समथिंग, बेचारा 15 days हो गए. नॉट ओनली द इनर पीपल, दे आर बिट सेफ. उनको खाना सब मिल रहा है, कुछ करने का ही नहीं वहाँ. अभी टुडे दे आर पुटिंग विद एयरटेल टावर ऑल्सो और वॉट एवर, दे विल बी एबल टू इवन सी ऑल द सेल फोन में जो देखना है एंजॉय कर सकते. बट द आउटसाइड पीपल, वर्टिकल करो प्रॉब्लम हो गया, हॉरिजॉन्टल करो टाइम लग रहा है, एंड समथिंग एल्स यू डू, हाउ मच इज स्ट्रगल गोइंग ऑन, है ना, गोइंग इनटू टनल टू रेस्क्यू देम. सो टू going into the tunnel of Hridaya and identifying with our own Brahma Swarupa, this process is endowed with so many of the obstructions en route unknown, unseen. So what? Be consistent with the faith in the effort, with the faith in the goal, God and Guru. So a light will come one day, definitely. That light in which absolutely crystal clear every moment what to do so that the next moment we are toward the divinity. You know, every moment is well planningly, calculatingly conducted in such a manner. The next moment is taking me towards the divine, not away. Again, that moment comes as present moment. The action is done in such a manner that we are near to the Lord, not away. So that type of the highest level of maturity when comes, Pakka will be able to enjoy doing so. And after certain distance traveled, the light from that side, when it comes, then there is a joy. Yes, we are nearing to it. Isn't it? This is how the basic things of all these sorts have to be in our mind. So, mainly Vedanta Vakyeshu Sadharamantaha should be our goal to reach to that level. From whatever the level of our personality we are in, we have to lift to that level. For that only, all upasanas, prayers, japa, and puja, study of Shastra, increasing our love for the Paramatma Tattva, ये सारे मिलकर हमको उस जगह पर ले जाना. Then once the Vedanta Vakya gives theoretically pakka knowledge, then Aharnisham Brahmani Eramanta, reveling in Brahmavastu day in and day out. Nirguna Brahma Dhyana, tired Saguna Kakaru. Like Ramji was telling yesterday in the last but one sloka, except me, कि those who do Aguna Gunatita me meditation. So too the one who does the Gunatmakaha, he says Saha Aham. He is me only. And Punati Bhavana Trayam Padarenubihi. He will purify all three worlds with the dust of his own feet. Means he has become equivalent to me. Good, no? That thought. So, in this way, from whatever the Shastras we are studying, if we can get the Prerana, if we can get the Marga Darshana, if we can take an initiative and keep doing, good, we are on the path. Then slowly, steadily, definitely, the travel in the path should become all encompassing or all inclusive, exclusive. है ना, पूरा उसी में इन्वॉल्व होने का एक स्थिति आना है. Right now we are doing it in the class time, too serious, sincere, we are very good. But of the class, that zeal and just again and again come back to the truth only, there also we have to create. Otherwise, two parallel tracks of going to the class sincerely, equally sincerely doing the samsara, they go on. Such person will have a pseudo satisfaction that I studied some Upanishads and Bhashyam, but he will not go deep into the heart to experience the Ahanisham Brahmani Ravanta. So let us get the guidance from within and without continuously and abide by it. Today also we will spend our day in few of the satsangas. Aitareya Upanishad, second chapter, the introductory Bhashya regarding the three Atmas said by the PURVA PAKSHI, how the Guru Maharaj Siddhanti establishes one. We are going to see in Yoga Darshanam, Ahimsa Visa, Satyam Visa, today Asteya Brahmacharya Aparigraha. In our Mandukya, today we will be doing the second mantra with Bhashyam. Then we go into the third onwards where the Pratama Pada is explained. Then in our Gita, 13th chapter, yesterday we have done the two shlokas in which the entire क्षेत्र is taught. उसमें ही थोड़ा बचा है, वो देख कर then the jnanam aspect of amanitvam, all that are studied. Evening in our Kaupina Panchakam, the last mantra is there, we study it. And in our beautiful Adhyatma Ramayanam also, the last sloka we do, Bhagavan Rama's guidance and concluding the chapter with the entire study. That Valli Sri Ramji's Sahasranamavali, second 100 in the evening, followed by that Arabhu Gita, chapter 2. We are seeing all Upanishads, Brahma Sutra, their essence in them. We are doing the Parayana, 45 mantras we did. Today 52 are there. Let us see how many we can do. So let us start with all our relaxed attentiveness. Om, Om, Om. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahano Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo Brahma Vidya Sampradaya Kartrubhyo Om Sarusibhyo Mahadbhyo Namo Gurubhyaha. ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां भिषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः. ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः. ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पादशङ्करं लोकशङ्करम्. ॐ सुकृते धिकृते बहुधा भवतो भविता समदर्शन लालसता अतिदीनमिमं परिपालय मां भवशङ्कर देशिकमे शरणम्. ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तन्नमामि. परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्त ब्रह्मविद्या भक्तिविद्या योग धर्मविद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः. तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद उक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधसिद्ध्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकहैन्दवसंस्कृतेः पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्त्यर्थं विश्वाध्यात्मिकप्रगतिशान्ति एकता प्राप्त्यर्थम् अस्माकं साये अस्मिन् कर्मणि निश्चिताः तेषां दिग्विजयार्थं श्री ऋग्वेदान्तर्गत ऐतरेयारण्यकान्तर्गत ऐतरेय उपनिषदः आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययनं पारायणं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम मनस्तापतमशान्त्यै यस्य पादनखच्छटा शरदिन्दुनिभाभान्ति तं वन्दे शरदिन्दुनिभाभाति तं वन्दे नीलचिन्मणिम्। ओम अथ ऐतरेयोपनिषद शान्तिमन्त्रः। ॐ वाङ् मे मनसि प्रतिष्ठिता मनो मे वाचि प्रतिष्ठितम् आविराविर्म एधि वेदस्य म आणीस्तः श्रुतं मे मा प्रहासीः अनेनाधीतेनाहोरात्रान् सन्दधामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारमवत्ववतु मामवतु वक्तारमवतु वक्तारम्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। ॐ अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः पारायणम्। ॐ पुरुषे हवायमादितो गर्भो भवति यदेतद्रेतः तदेतत् सर्वेभ्यो अङ्गेभ्यः तेजः सम्भूतम् आत्मनेव आत्मानं बिभर्ति तद्यदा स्त्रियां सिञ्चति अत येन तु जनयति तदस्य प्रथमं जन्म तत्स्त्रिया आत्मवोऽयं गच्छति यथा स्वमङ्गं तथा तस्मादेनां न हिनस्ति सा स्यैतमात्मानमत्र गतं भावयति सा भावयित्री भावयितव्या भवति तं गर्भं बिभर्ति सो अग्रे एव कुमारं जन्मनः अग्रे अधिभावयति स यत्कुमारं जन्मनः अग्रे अधिभावयति आत्मानमेव तद्भावयति येषां लोकानां सन्तत्या एवं सन्तता इमे लोकाः तदस्य द्वितीयं जन्म सहस्ययमात्मा पुण्येभ्यः कर्मभ्यः प्रतिधीयते अत अस्यायम् इतरः आत्मा कृतकृत्यो वयोगतः प्रएति स इतः प्रयन्नेव पुनर्जायते तदस्य तृतीयं जन्म तदुक्तं ऋषिणा गर्भेनु सन् अन्वेषाम् अहं देवानां जनिमानि विश्वा शतं मा पुर आयसीः अरक्षन् अधः शेनो जवसा निरदीयम् इति गर्भे एव एतत् श्यानः वामदेव एवमुवाच स एवं विद्वान् अस्मात् शरीरभेदात् ऊर्ध्वम् उत्क्रम्य अमुष्मिन् स्वर्गे लोके सर्वान् कामान् आप्त्वा अमृतः समभवत्। ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। नारायण हरि नारायण हरि। Narayana. Then Srishtivada is not for Srushti has happened, nor to say the Bhagavan is Srushti Karta, etc. It all has got the main Vakya Artha, and that Vakya Artha is clearly understood by our last 2-3 days of study, wherein Tasmat Pravishya cha Samatmanam, okay, Tasmat Saha eva Sarva Sharireshu Ekaha eva Atma na Anyah iti. This is what is the essence to be caught through the study of the first chapter, 3 khandas of this one. Then the 4 reasons are told for the understanding and acceptance of that. Though every of the Upanishad, whatever the words it employs, examples it gives, explanations it gives, logics it gives, variety of prakriyas it uses, you know, for the purpose of all of that is only to establish in our intellectual understanding the presence of one without second Atma is the substratum of all, and that is our own self. To realize it only the aim and mission of the human life and the acme and the final evolutionary stage. Once it is said, immediately this man again slips away from this Purva Pakshi, then says, taking the help of the story discussed so far. He doesn't want to fully immediately agree it because he has got his own notions earlier from somewhere else, something else he heard. So all of that remains, no? Isn't it? Like when you talk to someone, you don't just accept all. Your mind will be analyzing it from whatever you have heard some other place with the help of that. जैसे यहाँ का जो सुना it affects you in your thinking somewhere else. So to when you are listening here, when if you have heard somewhere else something related to it, contradictory to it, etc., that starts influencing. So किसी का हार्ट स्ट्रेट अवे कुछ स्वीकार करने को उतना प्योर शुद्ध होता नहीं, होना भी नहीं चाहिए, क्योंकि if it is not a correct information, you have to scrutinize it and then only ascertain it and receive. If the information is correct, then also the correctness of it has to be emphasized or established, authenticated. Then only we have to accept. Therefore, it is always good not to just get carried away only at the outer surface level. Face value देख कर, है ना? Like with gurus, face value देख कर you can follow. But that habit somewhere else of just by face value accepting may drown us in samsara. To save ourselves from that drowning, even with the Guru, not only with the face value, but using our own intellect through the scrutinizing, questioning, we have to get an answer. That is to ascertain the correctness what Guru said. Second is to make a habit that everywhere we should not accept the things just like that. It's a habit, a healthy habit, required habit. तो here also the पूर्व पक्षी को भगवान ने clearly वाक्य शेष क्या है बताया वाक्यार्थ. But still he has his own intellectual gymnastics, which are correct at his level. But when the inquiry is set in, it is found that it is not necessarily correct. There is something deeper correct thing. So what was the point he raised was Nanu Trayaha Atmanaha. This is the topic we are discussing. Traya Atmanaha, 3 are the selves, Atmas, he says. One is Bhokta Karta Samsari Jiva Ekaha. Sarvaloka Sarvashastra Prasiddha. In all the loka, in the Laukika Anubhavas, in all the Shastras, the Prasiddha means that which is very established, not Prasiddha famous. देखो वर्ड को कंटेक्स्ट के हिसाब से समझना. प्रसिद्ध मीन्स वेरी फुल एस्टैब्लिश्ड एक्सेप्टेड थिंग दैट देयर इज सम जीवात्मा संसारी. हम सारे शास्त्र उसी के लिए है. Therefore शास्त्र में प्रसिद्ध है, वेल एस्टैब्लिश्ड इज दिस जीववाद. लोक में वी ऑल हैव अनुभव. that we are doing karma as a karta and we are getting the bhoga of it as a bhokta. And it is not stable, continuously changing. Therefore, samsari. सो कर्ता भोक्ता नामक जीव जो संसारी है ये एक आत्मा है उसके लिए और लौकिक अनुभव एंड शास्त्र शब्द आल्सो आर अथॉरिटी भोक्ता कर्ता संसारी जीव एक सर्वलोक सर्वशास्त्र प्रसिद्ध वन आत्मा एक द्वितीय आत्मा कौन है सेम द वन हु इज डिस्पेंसिंग with all dehadi upadhis for all the jivas to get the experiences of the karma phalas done by them for the karma they have done. So the jivas are there aneka. They are doing aneka karma. In anticipation of some karma phala, many karmas, karma phala anticipate करके नहीं करते होंगे, but inherently the karma gives karma phala. लाइक यू आर सोइंग द सीड्स ऐसे डाल दिया आपने अब उसी बीज कौन से बीज डाला आपने चलो हम पुदीना का डालते हैं बट इन बीट थोड़ा धनिया का भी वहां आ गया मानो यू नेवर इंटेंडेड बट यू थ्रू द सीड्स तो इट विल कम धनिया पत्ता सो टू एवरी कर्मा with the phala kept in mind or not. When it is done, it gives karma phala. It has to. So in this way, why this point specifically brought here, though not in context, it is to avoid the answer question that why did I get this phala? I never meant it. You never meant it, but you did it. Like you never meant that the finger should burn. But you did put the finger in the fire. You may not admit, but that putting the finger in the fire wala karma will give the karma phala of the burning. So therefore, for every karma of every karta jiva, there should be the karma phala, and for that the whole atmosphere has to be set, isn't it? Ishvara is the one who does all that. That way, he is the second Atma. अनेक प्राणी कर्म फल उपभोग योग्य अनेक अधिष्ठानवत् लोक देह निर्माणेन लिंगेन यथाशास्त्र प्रदर्शितेन तो that he does the loka अधिष्ठान sorry loka deha nirmana the loka nirmana the outer atmosphere deha nirmana the sthula dehadi that Ishvara does according to Shastra is the sentence here. It means two. One is what? It is Shastriya. It is already given in the Shastra by the Lord only. He follows that only. According to that only, then Loka and Dehaka Nirmana Karke, he gives it to the Jiva for his Karma Phala Bhoga. This is called as it is given in the Shastra. Second is from the Ishvara standpoint. Ki, about the presence of Ishvara, that he is the dispenser of the karma phala that is given in the Shastras. तो शास्त्र में कहा कि ईश्वर है कर्म फल देते हैं और ईश्वर जो है कर्म फल को शास्त्र के अनुसार देते हैं. So that is the meaning of this sentence where it is said yatha shastra pradarshine. But the main thing is what? For the prani to have the karma phala, he creates loka deha nirmanena. The loka is outer atmosphere, deha is the instruments, the body, etc. Okay. Example given is Pura prasadadi nirmana lingena tad vishaya kaushala jnanavan tat karta takshadi iva. Takshadi is the total, let us say the contractor or builder. Let us say builder. So that builder, again builders maybe don't differentiate. Some builders are they don't even go to the site. Just they have so many people under them. तो उनको काम दे देते हैं. So ये example ये नहीं काम करता. No. We are talking about a builder who is in the initial stages where the whole building of every aspect of it, it takes into his own charge, he knows it and he does it. ऐसा वाला एग्जाम्पल है. तो लाइक ये तक्षका द बिल्डर व्हाट इट इज पूरा प्रासादादि निर्माण लिंग. So he is who who's the Nirmana Karta, creator of the Pura and Prasada. Like Pura Prasada. Pura is a township. Prasada is within the township. Every of the prasadas, the accommodations. The HIGs, MIGs, LIGs and all other things. टोटल सब मिलकर होलसेल में पूरा कहते हैं रिटेल में द प्रासादास in that the places of stays are there, the grounds are there to play, indoor games are there, the other community hall is there, a dispensary hospital will be there, and a pura kaira general stores will be there, medical shop will be there, the ironing unit will be there. So these are all the respective prasadas in that pura that takshaka what he does it, he knows everything of them as to the requirement of them, then how to make them, and he makes them. He knows everything, but he can't do everything physically. Therefore, he employs the people. But he knows it, everything. So, what he has got to do that? Tad Vishaya Kaushala Jnanavana. He is the Jnanavan of the Kaushalata of that Vishaya. He is very clear about how to do everything. So, tad Vishaya Kaushala Jnanavan. उस विषय का कुशलता ज्ञान पूरा उनके पास है तत्कर्ता therefore he does it. He does it. Tadvad Ishvaraha. In the same way, the Ishvara, the second Purusha. Who is he? Sarvajnaha. Like that Takshaka. And Jagataha Karta. Like that Takshaka. And he is Chetana Swarupa. Not Jada. This Chaitanya word used by Shankara to differentiate our Purusha to be Chaitanya, and he is the Nirmana Karta of the Jagat, not giving the Jada Prakriti independence to create the world by itself. In the Yoga and Sankhya Marga, they say Prakriti apne आप ही सृष्टि बनाती है. Okay. In Vedanta, Prakriti being Jada, it cannot create by itself independently. And we say that Jada Chaitanatmaka Ishvara is very much required for these things to happen. Okay. So therefore Chetana करके ईश्वर का चैतन्यत्व को वहाँ बताते हैं. कर्ता द्वितीय चेतना आत्मा अवगम्यते. This is the second Atma, the Ishvara, giver of the Loka and Tehadi, to fulfill the or to experience the karma phala by all jivas who have done their various karmas. दो आत्मे हो गए. द थर्ड वन यथो वाचो निवर्तन्ते. द थर्ड आत्मा इज दैट फ्रॉम वेयर द वाणी माइंड एटसेट्रा रिटर्न without recognizing him, but he is there, accepted by the श्रुति माता. श्रुति माता वो आत्मा है कहते हुए ही उनको कोई वाणी मन से हम नहीं जान सकते कह रहे. So it's not said कि there is no atma which cannot be reached by the mind and speech. Sentence is not like that. The sentence is there is the atma, but it cannot be reached by the speech and mind. Therefore, the Shruti is talking about this third atma. And how to achieve that atma vastu? Same Shruti told, neti neti karke. Through the neti neti vakya, everything which is an object, which is changeable, birth, death, yukta, perishable, when you reject all of that, then the birthless, deathless, changeless, directly experienceable but not objectifiable self you reach. That is how the neti neti sadhana Shruti Mata tells for the reaching of that self, which is yato vacho nivartante. This is the third Atma, which we call as Parama Atma, the supreme reality or the Brahman, etc. Brahman from the total standpoint, the Atman from the individual standpoint. In Atman also, Parama Atma, the word used only to say it is Parama, supreme. Then the other Upadhis which we consider as Atma at different levels of our evolution. So Deha, Prana, Indriya, Mana, Buddhi, इन सबको भी हम आत्मा मानते हैं. तो इन सबसे परे होने के कारण उसको परमात्मा कहते हैं. So whether it's called as Atma, whether it's called as Paramatma, is called as a Brahman. Depending on the context continuation, that word is used. But the meaning should be understood as that one supreme reality only. So in this way, Karta Bhokta Samsara Jiva Atma, then Kevala Karta Rupi Ishvara Atma, then Akarta Bhokta, the Parama Atma, three Atmas are there. So, यतो वाचो निवर्तन्ते नेति नेति इत्यादि शास्त्र प्रसिद्धः औपनिषदः पुरुषः तृतीयः. सो तीनों के लिए शास्त्र का अथॉरिटी है. फर्स्ट वन आल्सो लोक शास्त्र के अनुसार ही कर्ता भोक्ता जीवा. सेकंड ईश्वर आल्सो शास्त्र ओनली टोल्ड. थर्ड वन इज आत्मा वस्तु हु इज अकर्ता भोक्ता आल्सो इज ऑथेंटिकेटेड बाय शास्त्र. देखो हम तो शास्त्र यही बात कर रहे हैं, शास्त्र की ही बात कर रहे हैं, अशास्त्रीय नहीं कर रहे. अशास्त्रीय करने का हिम्मत जरूरत हमको आपके सामने नहीं होगा. दिस व्हाट द पूर्व पक्षी टेलिंग द सिद्धांति आदिशंकर. क्योंकि आदिशंकर भगवान इज शास्त्री, इज अ फॉन्ड ऑफ शास्त्र. एनीथिंग ही डज इज ओनली ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ शास्त्र फॉर द एस्टैब्लिशमेंट एंड स्प्रेडिंग ऑफ द शास्त्र इन विच ब्रह्मात्मा के बोध इज देयर. Therefore, I am not talking out of my hat or head. I am not influenced by somebody else. I am talking from the Shastras. You yourself believe that there are three Atmas, the Karta, Bhokta, Samsari, Jivatma. Then for the Jiva, to create the Loka and Dehadi, the one who does it with being a Sarvagna Ityadi, Ishvara is second Atma. Then untouched by anything, unborn, undying. Yato vacho nivartante neti neti wala. तीसरा परमात्मा. सो देर आर थ्री आत्मास. ओके. एवं एते त्रय आत्मानः अन्योन्य विलक्षणाः. ईच वन इज आर ऑफ विलक्षण लक्षण. दिस कर्ता भोक्ता, सेकंड इज कर्ता, थर्ड इज न कर्ता न भोक्ता. तेन तत्र कथम एक एव आत्मा अद्वितीयः असंसारी इति ज्ञातुं शक्यते. सो इट्स एन ऑब्जेक्शन as well as जिज्ञासा as well as pleading. We can see all the three facets of the Purva Pakshi in this question. First he says, Tatra Katham Ekayava Atma Advideya. When three are there told by the Shastras, how do you say there is only one Ekameva Adhyam Atma and that also is not a samsari? How are you saying that? This is an objection we are asking. Second is, this being so is a Lacharapan. Shastra itself says and we go through the three Atme. Isn't it? Then how, as said by you in conclusion, as said by the Shastras as essence, what is it? Ki eka eva atma advitiya. Atma is one without second, and he is a samsari. How to reach to that real self in me, which is one without second, without a samsari? Because that gives the moksha. तो थोड़ा बताइए. So in this way, a requestful manner, a questionable manner, both ways this point of this Purva Pakshi can be interpreted as. He is asking also, कैसे समझे एक में बात में ब्रह्म ही है बाकी दो नहीं है. Yeah, how can you accept and how can you say with your same mouth there is only one Atma without second when the three Atma are there authentically according to the Shastra itself? No, actually, he is just trying to become smart and intelligent by putting this question, but इसका answer already दे चुके हैं. Isn't it? As the summary Vakya of the whole first chapter of three Khandas, already it is rejected. Only one Brahman alone is there. When he created and entered, and he alone became Jiva. And then when he created, he became the creator. But there are no three. He alone was there. Atma Vaidamekeva Agriyasit. Then he says Sarvagna Sarvashaktivatta se he only did the Sankalpa and a Saikshata. So there he became the second Atma said by you. So Atma Vaidamekeva Agriyasit is the third Atma, the Paramatma. Then Ikshata Ityadi is the second one, the Ishwararupi Atma. Then he only having Simana Vidare entered, Prapadyata, then he identified with the three sthanas, three ayatanams, and he was only becoming Karta Bhokta Jiva Samsari. So तीन आत्माएं नहीं है, तीन स्टेजेस है और तीनों में the lowest one we are experiencing The second one we have to take the help of. The third one or the first one is a goal to be reached. One only. So already actually it's answered. But says ki Shastra Veda Teen Atma hai. But his question leads to a very deep analysis, which I tried to understand. Not even 20% I understood because it needs subtle, sharp intellect and all. So we will try once. अब नहीं तो 5 साल के बाद आएगा. So to his question, ki three atmas are there. How are you telling and how can I accept this one? Question is understood. Evam ete traya atmanah anyonya vilakshanaha. There are three atmas. Each of them are different in lakshanas to the other. Tatra, this being so, katam how eka eva atma, one atma alone, advitiya, without second, asamsari, without being samsari, jnatum shakyate, can be understood, known, accepted, or even realized. पूर्व पक्षी का ये प्रश्न हो गया. Now the Siddhanti answers. He was directly doesn't answer. He by questioning the Purva Pakshi, from the answer of Purva Pakshi slowly draws out the answer. The answer to this question. Brings it out. थोड़ा आज थोड़ा कलम देखेंगे इसका. तत्र now the Siddhanti asking question to the Purva Pakshi कि जीवः एव तावत् कथं ज्ञायते. So you said Jiva is there. How do you know that Jiva is there or Jiva is there? That how you come to know? Katham jnayate Jiva. Jiva hai karke. How are you saying it? How are you knowing it? Whether it is Shastra saying or you are saying. Jiva katham jnayate. In what way the Jiva is understood? In what way the Jiva is spoken? In what way Jiva is visualized? In what way Jiva's presence is accepted? बिकॉज यू सेड त्रियात्मा ना, तो पहले जीव की बात करते हैं. कैसे जीव है करके जान सकते हैं? गुड क्वेश्चन इट इज. कथम ज्ञायते तत्र जीव एव तावत् कथम ज्ञायते. तावत् मीन्स अमंग ऑल द दीस थ्री जीव कथम ज्ञायते. लेट अस स्टार्ट विद द फर्स्ट वन. यू स्टार्टेड द फर्स्ट वन. कर्ता वक्ता जीव संसारी आत्मा. ननु सिद्धांति सेस पूर्व पक्षी आंसर्स कि ननु एवं ज्ञायते. Now, in this way, the presence of the jiva is experienced or explained or accepted. What way? Shrota, manta, drashta, adeshta, aghoshta, vignata, pragnata, iti. Above. He is using so many words, not leaving any chance for the Siddhanti to object or question. एक करके छोड़ने से उसका बल उतना नहीं होता. 6-7 कहने से. Like some speakers are there. Same thing they tell with 6 or 7 different synonymous words. That tells that what I am telling is पक्का करके. Children also वही बोलकर 4 बार बोलते. Here also he is putting the list of all the things to convince the Siddhanti about what is said is correct, that there is a one Atma Jivat. So how the Jivatma is Jnayate? Siddhanti's Prashna. What Purvapakshi said? Evam Jnayate. How? First Shrota. He is known, he is a listener there. Shrota. So to Manta, there is someone who is doing the Manana Kriya. Jiva kar raha hai. Drashta. He is with the eyes see. Shrota with the ears. Manta with the mana. Drashta with the eyes he is seeing. Adeshta. With the mouth he is the one who gives Adesha. Ye karo, wo karo, idhar jao, udhar jao. And the Aghoshta, the one who does the Ghoshana of the decisions and words or sermons or talkings. Adeshta means Adesh dene wala. Aghoshta means Ghoshana karne wala. And Adeshta is to one particular individual or a group of individuals, he give orders. Ghoshta means the one who's doing Ghoshana and announcements. Okay, nahi? लाइक डैम का दरवाजा खोल रहे हैं. दिस इज आघोषण. देयरफॉर जो भी किनारे पे है नदी के, घर चले जाएं, मछुआरे मछली ना पकड़े. दिस इज आदेश. टू बी सेफ, isn't it? The warning of the weather forecast. There is depression not only in every human being but also in Bay of Bengal or that area. Agosha. Aghosha. So to in 2 days or 1 day time, it is just going to touch the shores with such a speed. Agosta. Therefore, Adesha, therefore, all people there in the coastal belt, please move away, whatever they in that way. So, he is doing Agoshanam, he is doing the Adeshanam, he is doing the Shravanam, he is doing the Vachanam, he is doing the Mananam, he is doing the Darshanam. अब इतना कर रहा है जीव है ना, इन दिस वे ज्ञायते ननु एवं ज्ञायते श्रोता मंता द्रष्टा अधिष्टा अगोष्टा विज्ञाता प्रज्ञाता इति. Having heard these of the Purva Pakshi, now Siddhanti starts a discussion. थोड़ा सा ध्यान से सुनने वाला. सो जीव का अस्तित्व का यहाँ डिस्कशन हो रहा है. सिद्ध पूर्व पक्षी सेड जीव नामक एक आत्मा है. एंड पूर्व सिद्धांत ने पूछा हाउ डू यू असरटाइन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ द जीव. देन पूर्व पक्षी सेड कि इन द फॉर्म ऑफ दीज कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ही इज देयर. इस रूप में जीव को जाना जाता है कि वो आदेष्टा है, आगोष्टा है, दृष्टा है, श्रोता है, मनता है. हाँ, in this way, Vijnata. Oh, one more word is there. The Vijnata, the one who knows generally everything. Prajnata, particularly one thing completely. Let us put it like that. Vijnata, Prajnata. He is there. Now the discussion moves in this way. Key, interesting point. That is what the Bhashyakara subtlety. Okay. What is the essence in advance only we can try to keep in mind while discussing is कि all these अनुभवास हो रहे हैं, ठीक है, बट इन सबको अनुभव करने वाले का अनुभव नहीं होता. Therefore you cannot ascertain it, he is there, Jiva. In short, the Jiva is not conclusively arrived at as he is existing. All these experiences you are saying, you are attributing to an individual as Jiva. From the highest standpoint, these attributes, anubhutis are not at all there. What is there? Only pure Brahman, Sachidananda. अनुभूतियां नहीं है तो उसको अनुभव करने वाला नहीं है. अनुभव करने वाला ही संशयात्मक है, क्वेश्चनेबल. देन हाउ कैन यू असरटाइन दैट दीज अनुभवास आर हैपनिंग? They are at one level of delusion, they are there, not in reality. In this way, he refutes the Jiva Vada. That's why I said it's a very high level, very deep level of inquiry. हम जीव 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 कहते हैं ना, इतना कहते हैं हर एक बार. एक्चुअली ऑन डीपर इंक्वायरी ही कैनॉट एग्जिस्ट, ही इज नॉट देयर. व्हाट इज देयर इज परब्रह्मन ओनली. And he is one without second, he is without any vikara. Therefore, from him, neither Jagat, nor Jiva, nor Ishvara can come. Then still you are experiencing, that is what we are calling as the ignorance of the self and delusion of these three things. सेल्फ का अज्ञान के कारण मोहग्रस्त मोहवश इन तीनों का प्राकट्य हो रहा है. ईश्वर जीव जगत. इट इज द क्रक्स ऑफ वेदांत. सो ननु एवं ज्ञायते तत्र जीवः एव तावत् कथम ज्ञायते. चलो बाकी का बाद में करेंगे. हाउ द जीव इज अंडरस्टूड टू बी एग्जिस्टिंग और नोन टू बी एग्जिस्टिंग. एवं ज्ञायते इन दिस वे. हाउ कि श्रोता मनता दृष्टा आदेष्टा आगोष्टा विज्ञाता प्रज्ञाता. ठीक है. नाउ लेट अस स्टार्ट क्वेश्चनिंग. नाउ द सिद्धांति से बारी आई है. इस ननु बट विप्रसिद्धम. But there is a contradiction here. कि ज्ञायते यह श्रवणादि कर्तृत्वेन. The one who is known as the karta of the shravanadi kriya. The one who is known as the doer of the shravanadi karma, which you told. तो श्रवणादि कर्मों को करने वाले के रूप में जीव जाना जाता है. दिस व्हाट यू सेड, है ना. ज्ञाते यह श्रवणादि कर्तृत्वेन. Okay. You said it. But about this, before this Upanishad or in other Upanishads, about this self inside, one thing is spoken. What it is? Amataha manta avignata vignata iti. So, manta अमतः, विज्ञाता अविज्ञाता, मतलब क्या है? मनता जो है उनका मनन नहीं किया जाता, विज्ञाता वो जो है वो है उनका विज्ञान नहीं होता. So what is the vipratisidham here? You said that the jiva is understood to be the karta of the shravanadi karma. You have said jiva to be understood. Jiva is understood to be existing or accepted as the karta of the shravanadi karma. But in the very Upanishad, the other place it is said कि जो अ, विज्ञाता है वो अविज्ञात है, जो मनता है वो अमंत है. मतलब जो मनन करता है उनका मनन नहीं हो सकता, जो जान रहा है उसको हम जान नहीं सकते. जान से सुनना, तो जान रहा है उसको हम नहीं जान सकते. बट यू आर सेइंग कि थ्रू दी कर्तृत्वादि कर्म उनको हम जान सकते हैं. श्रुति ने कहा कि जो कर्तृत्वादि कर्मों को करने वाला है उसको हम नहीं जान सकते. दिस इज अ वेरी सटल पॉइंट, इजी, नॉट एट ऑल इजी टू कैच इट. सो द पूर्व पक्षी का वादना क्या है कि जीव नामक वन आत्मा और पुरुष इज देयर, त्रयात्मानः. What is Jivatma? He said, the one who is said to be existing with his kartrutva. Of what? Jnata, Shrota, Manta इत्यादि. सो ज्ञान कर्म के कर्ता के रूप में, श्रवण कर्म के कर्ता के रूप में, इन द सेम वे दर्शन कर्म के, मनन कर्म के, अघोष्ट कर्म के, अदेष्ट कर्म के, विज्ञात कर्म के, प्रज्ञात कर्म के कर्ता के रूप में जीव का प्रेजेंस को एक्सेप्ट किया जाता है. दिस इज पूर्व पक्षी वादन. सिद्धांत सेस बट इन सारे कर्ताओं कर्मों का कर्ता जो कह रहे हो आप, वो अविज्ञाता है, अमंता है. अदर शास्त्र सेस he cannot be known, he cannot be what do you say, the manana of him cannot be done. Then how are you then saying that he is there? So there is a viprati siddham, there is a viprati siddham, is a contradiction there. एक तरफ श्रुति कह रही है कि जिन सब कर्मों का करता है उनको हम जान नहीं सकते. अब तुम कह रहे हो उन्हीं के द्वारा उनको जान सकते हैं कि वो है करके. दैट इज अ विप्रतिषिद्धम. अगेन आई सेड फॉर यू, ननु विप्रसिद्धिद्धम, ननु इंडीड विप्रसिद्धिद्धम. देयर इज अ कॉन्ट्रडिक्शन माय डियर पूर्व पक्षी. व्हाट इज दैट? ज्ञायते यह श्रवणादि कर्तृत्वेन, यह श्रवणादि कर्तृत्वेन ज्ञायते. ओके, यह श्रवणादि कर्तृत्वेन ज्ञायते. एज व्हाट? यू सेड इट. एंड हु इज ही? मंता, विज्ञाता एंड श्रोता, कर्ता इत्यादि. But there is another Shastra which says he is amataha and avignata. He cannot be, we can't do manana of him, we cannot know him. What is the quotation? देखो, तथा another thing, न मते हे मंतारम मन्विता, न विज्ञाते हे विज्ञातारम विजानीयाः इत्यादि च. Very very subtle it is कि मते हे मंतारम न मन्विता. Matehe means through the mati, be attentive. The one who does the manana kriya. Through the mati, mana, the one who does the manana kriya, of him we cannot do manana. So too, the one who uses his buddhi for a vijnana and becomes the vijnatara. So vijnate vijnataram na vijaniyaha, we cannot know him. This is Shruti Mata herself says. Interesting point. मतलब there is someone who is a manta vignata. That is common point in Purva Pakshi and Siddhanti. Purva Pakshi कहते हैं in this way the presence of jiva is accepted as श्रोता मंता विज्ञान. सिद्धांति कहते हैं भैया उपनिषद में कहा कि ऐसे बंदे को आप जान नहीं सकते. आप उनका मनन नहीं कर सकते उनको। Therefore जब आप उनको जान मनन नहीं कर सकते, then how do you accept that he is there? When he is not there, then all the kriyas done by him are also not there. So Shravana kriya, Manana kriya, Chintana kriya, all. Then who is there? The pure self, who has never become Vijnata or Manta. Therefore, he never used the faculties of Mana Ityadi. Therefore, he never has known the world through his faculties. This is the highest fact, from the highest truth. From that standpoint, he cannot be no Shruti ke quotation ke anusar bhi, when he cannot be the object of manana, object of chintana, then how do you say that in this way he can be known? He cannot be known. शास्त्र कहती है अब cannot be known is equivalent to non-existing. देखो जीवा नहीं है. So, but then when the jiva is accepted as karta, bhokta, shrota, why? That has a different prakriya, different purpose, at different time. But when you talk about ekamevadvyam brahma, ekamevadvyam brahma only have to prove. For proving so, we use those sentences where the Shruti Mata rejects the presence of that jiva. In other places, Shruti Mata herself accepts the presence of jiva for different purpose, but not ultimate. Ultimate purpose is this sentence, Vijnatehe Vijnataram na Vijanitaha is a very powerful, humorous sentence. Powerful, humorous means not a laughable humorous, but very intelligent sentence. So, Vijnatehe Vijnataram na Vijanita means what? Vijnatehe means the one who knows the world of the knowledge of the world. So, Vijnatehe Vijnataram. Vijnata means knower. Vijnate means the one who uses the buddhi to know the world. Navijanitaha, he cannot be known. Now, when he cannot be known, then he is not there. Then how he has become the Vijnata of the Vijnati? How he has become the knower of the knowledge? When he cannot be traced. This is the whole Vedanta. That is why we say he is not at all there. In fact, there is nobody other than Brahman. Because the ignorance of that Brahman, therefore, out of delusion, the birth of Vijnata, and he is using the Vijnana instrument called as Buddhi, and then he is having the Vijnanam of the world. All are appearing. That's why we gave the example yesterday. In the dream, not only the dream world, but the instruments which are used to see the dream world. Not only instruments, even the one who is seeing through the instrument, the dream world, all the three are mithya only from the waker standpoint. The explanation is what? In the dream only, instead of worrying about the Vijnati, means the knowledge of the dream world, instead of worrying about the instruments we attend. If the focus is put on the dreamer, dreamer will discover his essential self to be the waker. The moment he discovers as waker, the dreamer, the dream world, the dream instrument, dream experiences, all of them are proved to be unreal. They are not at all there. देखो, you can never know the jiva, because if you try to know the jiva, you will discover him to be the Atman. The moment you discover him as Atman, there is no jiva, there is no instruments, there is no world perceived for him. In the absence of the Atma Jnana, that the Jiva and Upadhi, and through that the seeing of the world, all of them are as if appearing or happening. Only appearing, not even really happening. तो देखो इस बात को पहुंचने के लिए कितना हमको एक तरफ वैराग्य होना है फ्रॉम द जगत, सूक्ष्मता होना है बुद्धि का टू डू दिस विचारणा. So, ननु विप्रतिषिद्धं ज्ञायते यः श्रवणादिकर्तृत्वेन अमतः मंता अविज्ञाता विज्ञाता इति च. So, that manta vignata is again the amata and avignata. Means therefore na jnayate according to the one version of the Shastra. And you say he is jnayate through this kartrutva, bhoktrutva or srotrutva adi kriya. So I am seeing through the eyes. Okay, seeing is happening through the eyes. Okay, seeing is happening through eyes. What the Purva Pakshi says is, there is a one who is a drashta, who is seeing the world through the eyes. चक्षुओं से दर्शन करने वाला दृष्टा एक जीव है. पूर्व पक्षी अनुमान लगा रहा है, वो बस कह रहा है वो इस तरह से. सिद्धांति कहते हैं, बट दिस पर्सन इज नेवर नोन द सीयर थ्रू द आईज. सो टू द मेडिटेट द व्हाट इज विचार करने वाला थ्रू बुद्धि, मनन करने वाला थ्रू द मनो, ही इज नॉट देयर. श्रुति सेज. देन देयर इज विपरीत हो गया. तुम तो कहते हो है, श्रुति कहते ऐसा नहीं है. See what I said, the laughable thing in this is, Shruti Mata कह रही है, the one who is seeing through the eyes, he cannot be known. इसका अर्थ क्या हुआ? He is not there. Therefore, the eye and the seeing with the eye of the world is only the delusory expression. Then what is there? Parabrahman alone is there. In the ignorance of knowing him as he is, all this drama is projected. And हम भी देखो, ढूंढ के देखो उस दृष्टा को, श्रोता को. In the effort of that, the darshanam drusham goes away. And this drashta, being a pseudo fellow, he also disappears. Then what is found is pure consciousness, who is neither drashta nor karta nor bhokta. That is the example given, in many of the places. In that Saddarshanam by Ramana Maharshi and all, that example of the Shadiwala, you remember? That one fellow so dynamically, actively acting, doing everything as if. Then the broom side think that he is from the bride side. The bride thinks, people think that he is from the bridegroom side. अरे क्या काम कर रहे हैं यार, फिर उस पक्ष के रहकर भी. Then they came together, then talked about so many things. Suddenly they said one another, that person of your party is so active. He said, which person? Are that person? What that person of active? We thought he is from your direction, your side. No? चलो पूछते हैं उनको, अरे कहाँ से आए हो तुम? By the time they inquired, he has taken all the बर्तन सामान सब भागे हो. When you inquire about him, he is not there, gone. The moment he understood that, they got a shock. He is not there only. Swavicharakale dhavati ahankara pishacha eshaha. This is what our Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says. Rupodbhavo rupatati pratishtaha rupasano dhuta gruhita rupaha swayam virupaha swavicharakale dhavati ahankara pishacha eshaha. This is the crux of Vedanta. Jab tak we don't inquire about the Parabrahma, tab tak the Jiva, the world, everything appears to be so substantially real. In the same way, the moment the inquiry sets in about the pure Parabrahma, and as we reach to him, nearer to him, all of that which was appearing to be real in the ignorance of him disappears. Proved to be not at all there. And विचित्र, जैसे मैं बात कर रहा हूं, तो the karta of the speech appears to be existing, because how can the speech happen without somebody behind it responsibly speaking? At this one vyavahara level, this logic applies. But let me search the speaker in me. In the search of speaker, the speaking instruments all are transcended. When they are transcended, speaking instrument of the mouth or the thinking instrument of the mind, they're all instruments only, The one who is using them, when we reach to him, he doesn't use all of them. When he doesn't use all of them, there is no speech, there is no speaker. यही जादू है वेदांत का. जिनको समझ में आया आ गया, जिनको नहीं आया, no, they have to struggle for some more lives for intellectually understanding. That way, everything, where is the husband in you, where is the wife in you, that's what Shankara Bhagavan says. कस्त्वं कोहम कुत आयातः कामे जननी को मे तातः इति परिभावय सर्वमसारम विश्वम त्यक्त्वा स्वप्न विचारम. Same thing Bhagavan Rama said. Hey bhrata, yadi idam jagat paridrushyate maya eva. Yesterday only we studied that shloka. Maya eva. Therefore, mad bhavana bhavita shuddha manasaha. Become shuddha manasa through the mad bhavana bhavita, then you will see you and me are one. There's nothing. It is so tough for those to understand for whom the world and their kartrutva and bhoktrutva in the world is so strong. उनको तो फिर पैर के नीचे जमीन घिसक रही है, ये ऐसा होता है ना ये, when such thing is discussed. But the one who became a devotee and kartrutva karma follow, he went on offering to the God for few lives. In him, then kartrutva bhoktrutva becomes reduced. No, that's called a shuddha manasa. These knowledges at least become listenable, little inquirable. And when it's more subtlety, when he really inquires, he will come to know what Shruti Mata says. There's only Brahman. There are no Upadhi. There is no Jiva expressing through those Upadhis. Like, dream is the example. As long as you are in dream, you are real only dreamer का. जब उसका inquiry करो, तो ऐसे वे कर, where are all of them? See the example of dream, how helps us in understanding Vedanta. Nowadays, the whole movie, everything, your own mind's illusions, hallucinations, or Indrajalikas, Indrajala. No, the gurus which talk this way were at one time were like us only, giving so much value, reality to it. But they had faith in their guru's words and slowly they withdrew from all of that and they inquired inside. Then they discovered the self. From that standpoint, what their guru said is right. Now, same thing they are telling us who are valuing the world to be so real, because that is what we are involved throughout the day and life. And the self is never ever become aware of by us, therefore we always doubt its presence. Then we, like our gurus, had faith in their gurus, have our faith in them, and really pursue the inner path and the inner discovery. When we do, then all. Living at the life of worldliness, saying that it is mithya, is like being in the dream saying that it is mithya. It is not acceptable. Some things have to be done in the dream to wake up to the waking plane. After waking up from this standpoint, need not tell that it is mithya, it is understood. So too being in the worldly samsara, rejecting the samsara becomes difficult for us. So find some techniques, faith, etc. and discover the self. After discovering the self, nobody need to tell that the whole world is mithya. That time nobody need. अब गुरु को बोलना पड़ता है, because to tell us that what you are lost is not right, the self is real. थोड़ा initial information, inspiration देने को गुरु कहेंगे. But following that inspiration or the instruction, when you really reach the self, गुरु को नहीं कहना पड़ता है कि बेटा आप बताओ जगत है कि नहीं मिथ्या. He himself knows. So in this way, nanu vipratishitam jnayate yah shravanaadikartruttvena, then amato manta vignato avignato vignata iti cha. तथा नमते मंतारमन्विताः न विज्ञाते विज्ञातार विजानीयः इत्यादि च. Now Purva Pakshi doesn't want to leave. He gives another way of telling about the presence of Jiva. श्रुति माता ने और शंकर भगवान ने और सिद्धांति ने रिफ्यूट कर दिया by help taking the help of the Shruti. That the seer through the eyes cannot be seen, the listener through the ears cannot be listened. But he says he can be estimated like that. That is a Shota Manta. So no. Second step he is taking now. What he says? Satyam Viprati Yeah, hey, Purva Siddhanti. Yes, that was a contradiction. I agreed. But this is another way. What is that? Yadi pratyakshena jnayate sukhadivat. Like you have a sukha when you eat an ice cream, there is a sukhanubhuti. A cool breeze in the summer, sukhanubhuti. So in this way, pratyakshena jnayate, then there is a viprasiddham to what I said to the Shruti Mata. But not pratyakshena. Then what? Pratyaksha jnanam cha nirvaryate na mante mantaram manvita ityadi. The Shruti which you have quoted are accepted by me, which reject the presence of the Jiva pratyakshena. Like pratyaksha sukhadi wo ke saman. But jnayate tu shravana adi lingena. But pratyaksha se nahi, linga roop se means anuman praman se. तो जाना जाता है ना. Just like we said in 2 minutes back, if some listening is going on, then the listener must be there. Whether is seen or not, pratyakshena, but lingena means here anumanena to, it can be known. So in this case, kuttaha vipratishedaha, how can there be contradiction? Of I saying that there is a jiva who is Shrota Karta Manta, and you say that mate Manta Amanta hai, and then Vignata Vignata hai जो आप कह रहे हो उसका विपरीत नहीं है. And to this, Bhashyakara Siddhanti gives the beautiful explanation. है ना? ननु श्रवणादिलिंगेनापि कथं ज्ञायते यावता यदा शृणोति आत्मा श्रोतव्यं शब्दं तदा तस्य श्रवणक्रियाया एव वर्तमानत्वात् मननविज्ञानक्रिये न सम्भवतः आत्मनि परत्वात् तथा अन्यत्रापि मननादिक्रियासु श्रवणादिक्रिया च स्वविषयेषु एव न हि मन्तव्यात् अन्यत्र मन्तु मननक्रिया सम्भवति. ननु मनसा सर्वमेव मन्तव्यम्. It's a little very deep discussion. We may need one day. I'll try to do my best to explain. You try to listen your best. Try to listen in the best manner. Let us see if something is grasped. These are all never depend on our intellectual jugglery. The purity of intellection, therefore, the intuitive power given to us by the Guru, then only these subtle things click to us. They are not as easy as the meaning of any of the words of Vedanta or otherwise. जैसे हमने आज देखा कि the one who sees through the eyes, that seer cannot be seen. Because if you inquire for him, he ceases to be a seer. Like the child. You told him, Padao. Then you went to your room. Then you just heard the sound of a TV. Okay, na? Or any cell phone. Then you doubted this fellow, कि पढ़ो बोले तो नहीं पढ़ रहा है, ये तो टीवी देख. The moment you come to his room, immediately he puts off the TV. Then where has that seer of the TV gone when the father came? He's not there, no? The father is coming, he's inquiring. When inquiry is done, the TV seer is the jiva. He's not there. अच्छी तरह से एक very cute fellow इधर is studying the book. बेटा कुछ का आवाज आया था, पड़ोसियों का होगा पापा, मेरे को क्या बता. आपने कहा मैं पढ़ रहा हूँ, आप क्यों डिस्टर्ब कर रहे हो मुझे, मैं दरवाजा बंद करता हूँ. He will enjoy. So the father called as Atma or inquiry, till it doesn't come, the jiva, the child watches the TV only, the samsara, like that. So tomorrow we'll see Lingena means Anumana Pramanena. The presence of Jiva can be accepted. This is what is पूर्व पक्षी. सिद्धांति इसको भी रेफ्यूट बहुत बढ़िया ढंग से करते, थोड़ा सूक्ष्म है. So then what? But the same Shruti said no about the presence of Jiva and all. वो तो अर्थवाद है भैया, ये तुम्हारे अनुभव के दृष्टि से कह रहे और आपको वहां से खींच कर that self who is neither the doer nor speaker to take you there. This is Arthavada. Like in the beginning, the whole creation is only Arthavada. The purpose of all that is to establish the presence of Paramatma. In that way, the Vicharana is done. This is what the heated Vicharana of Vedanta. Then in that heated Vicharana, they very strongly held wrong notions, etc. In the deep core of heart, they get diluted or removed or burnt away. We all live all our convictions, but all convictions which we live are absolutely baseless, wrong. They won't stand for any scrutinizing or inquiry. Vedanta is to remove all those wrong notions and convictions. They are very deeply rooted in the form of habits or vasanas, emotions, sentiments. छोड़ना ही नहीं चाहते. Like some people say, हम जिंदगी भर मेडिसिन नहीं लेंगे. It's a notion. Why? How you can't say that when you are so much suffering, you should take. The other fellow says, what a small little problem also. So medicine alone is a treatment, he thinks. थोड़ी सी कुछ खांसी सर्दी हो गई, he takes the bottle of full cough syrup or he takes all the temperature reducing tablets. ये इधर फंसा है कन्विक्शन में, वो उधर, दोनों कन्विंस्ड है कि दवा की जरूरत ही नहीं है, और ये कहते हैं हर चीज के दवा. बोथ आर कन्विक्शंस बट रॉन्ग. Because you cannot that way decide. And like, I will never take a medicine. It's wrong. When it is required, you should take. So too, when it is not required, you should not take also. But first again, dono. That's only they made it. In the same way, we are convinced that I am body, I am mind, senses. आवे तो छोड़ने को तैयार नहीं हम. मजा आ रहा है इस. श्रुति माता कहती है एक बार छोड़ कर देख तुम्हारे रॉन्ग कन्विक्शन नोशंस को, then you will fly high in your own being the self. Very good it is. वो अहंकारी जो ना बहुत स्ट्रांगली रहता है, उसको डाइल्यूट कर दो, then we rise above all these wrong notions. Then the whole life is notional only. We have national problems, we have notional problems. Notions are taken as strong. We are the self about whom there cannot be any notion. Tomorrow we'll see that. Om 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 Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Parabrahmane Parabrahmane Shruti Matre Nama Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you.